When we think of WWII, we picture massive armies, tanks and planes, industrial might on a grand scale. But this cinematic vision hides a deeper truth. Survival often depended on the smallest, most personal items. For many, the difference between life and death wasn't a powerful weapon, but what they carried in their pockets. When chaos struck, supply lines cut, units scattered, a soldier's fate rested on their wits and a handful of simple tools. A rifle without ammo was useless, a radio without a signal deadweight. Yet a razor blade, a bit of wire, or waterproof matches could mean the difference between hope and despair. These humble objects became lifelines, enabling fire, food, and escape. The real story of endurance is not just in epic battles, but in the quiet ingenuity of individuals. Survival was about foresight and resourcefulness, not just firepower. The forgotten contents of a pocket often kept hope alive when all else failed. War is chaos. Plans unravel, gear is lost, and soldiers are left to fend for themselves. Paratroopers dropped off target, pilots down behind enemy lines, and soldiers fleeing ambushes often lost their main supplies in an instant. Suddenly, survival depended on what was in their pockets, not in their packs. The psychological shock of losing gear was profound, stripping away any sense of security. In these moments, small items, matches, a blade, a bit of wire, became critical. Experienced soldiers learned to always carry a pocket kit, knowing chaos could strike at any time. This wasn't paranoia, but hard-earned wisdom from seeing comrades perish after losing their gear. The pocket kit became a primary survival tool, not a backup. It was a discipline born from the brutal unpredictability of war. In the end, survival often hinged on what you could carry at all times. The pocket kit wasn't official doctrine. It was a grassroots solution born from necessity. Veterans and operatives realized they needed a final layer of preparedness, a tiny, personal kit that never left their side. Every item had to earn its place, multifunctional, reliable, and compact. The kit reflected the owner's environment and skills, not a generic checklist. Special forces and intelligence agencies issued their own kits, but many preferred to customize theirs, knowing no standard kit fit every situation. The pocket kit was a symbol of self-reliance and the will to endure, forged by the harsh lessons of war. The WWII pocket kit was a masterclass in minimalist utility. A razor blade could cut, carve, or even become a makeshift weapon. A needle and thread could mend wounds, improvise a compass, or catch fish. A length of wire could snare animals, build shelter, or bypass locks. Matches, kept dry in a tin, meant warmth, cooked food, and hope. Each item was chosen for versatility, its value limited only by the user's imagination. These weren't weapons, but tools for survival, empowering individuals to adapt and endure. The kit's genius lay in its simplicity: ordinary objects, extraordinary uses. In desperate moments, these small tools became lifelines. Survival was about making the most of the little you had. The most vital part of any kit wasn't the tools, it was the knowledge to use them. A wire is useless if you can't set a snare, a needle if you don't know its hidden uses. Special forces drilled relentlessly in fieldcraft, learning to see resources where others saw only obstacles. Training turned a pocket kit into a survival system, not just a collection of objects. Confidence came from competence, knowing how to build shelter, find water, and stay calm. The kit was a catalyst, but the mind was the true weapon. Two people with the same kit could have vastly different outcomes depending on their skills. Survival was about what you could do, not just what you carried. The WWII pocket kit's lesson, resolve and training matter more than gear. The steel that mattered most was in the survivor's mind. The WWII pocket kit's principles are timeless, even in our tech-driven world. Modern life feels secure, but disasters can strip away our comforts in an instant. Today's everyday carry, EDC, is the pocket kit's descendant, a multi-tool, torch, power bank, first aid kit. The philosophy is the same. Be ready for the unexpected, not just the dramatic. When systems fail, survival depends on what you have with you, not at home. A torch can guide you, a multi-tool can fix, a blanket can save your life. These small tools solve big problems when help is far away. The logic is unchanged. Light, warmth, repairs and first aid are universal needs. Preparedness isn't about paranoia. It's about practical readiness for everyday emergencies. The WWII kit reminds us, resilience starts with a few thoughtful items and the will to use them. It's tempting to romanticize WWII pocket kits as relics of adventure, but their true legacy is discipline. These kits were born from necessity, not nostalgia. Survivors chose each item with care, carried them always, and practiced their skills relentlessly. Mastery, not mere possession, was the difference between life and death. Today we risk mistaking gear for readiness, owning tools but never using them. The real lesson is action. Preparedness is a habit, not a hobby. Regular practice turns equipment into capability. The W2 generation's discipline, habit, skill and responsibility is their enduring gift. Readiness is active, not passive. The pocket kit is a reminder. True security comes from discipline, not nostalgia. The WWII pocket kit teaches us that resilience is built on simplicity, skill and foresight. In crisis, small tools and a trained mind matter more than grand machinery. The lesson isn't to live in fear, but to adopt practical readiness for everyday life. Start with a few essentials: torch, power bank, multi-tool, first aid, tailored to your needs. Carry them daily. Make it a habit. Practice using your kit until it's second nature. Familiarity breeds confidence and capability in emergencies. The kit's legacy is wisdom, not war, self-reliance, and quiet discipline. By preparing, we honor those who came before and affirm our own ability to endure. Readiness is a small act, but a powerful victory in any era.